Welcome, everybody, to this week's Northeast Conference Weekly Spotlight. Today we are joined by Ryan Kennedy from St. Francis U, and we're going to preview the upcoming NEC Cross Country Championship. Today's Hangout is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. So, Ryan, thank you so much for joining us. This week you were the NEC Men's Cross Country Athlete of the Week. You had a great meet at Princeton. You helped the Red Flash finish 4th. At the Ted Owen Invitational earlier this season. So kind of talk to us a little bit about the Princeton Invitation and your season so far and what we kind of have been seeing from you throughout the season.
No, thanks for having me, Erin. Yeah, this weekend was great at Princeton. It was my best race I've had since my freshman year, so that was a really cool thing. They have a nice course out there at Princeton. It's basically a track on grass, really flat, really fast. So it was a cool experience, a lot of good teams. Our team ran pretty well. Everyone on our team has had a solid race at some point this season, whether it was the Ted Owen Invite at Central Connecticut or the race last weekend, especially. So we're ready to put it together for the conference meet next weekend.
So the Princeton Invitational was a really big meet. There were over 300 runners racing. The Northeast Conference, only 10 schools participating compared to the 35. Kind of talk to me about the differences between running in such a big race like that and the conference championships coming up next weekend.
Well, running in a race the size of Princeton, when you have 300 people out there at the same time, it's really important to get out fast, get out hard, because if you don't, you get sucked back in the pack pretty far, and then you spend most of the race wasting energy trying to work your way up. And then the conference meet with such a small field, it's a lot more relaxed. You don't need to worry about so much what happens in the first 2 miles, and you can just focus on having a solid pace throughout the whole race.
Now, you talked a lot about your team having a great weekend this past weekend. You're really peaking at the right time. What do you guys need to do as a team to have a successful weekend at the NEC Championships?
What we need to do is just have a solid race from everyone on our team. Like I said, everyone's had a great race at some point this season. We just need to put it all together at the right time. And the way we've been progressing in our training, Coach Hoover's been doing a great job with us to get us ready for it. So it's all going to come together at the right time next weekend. And as long as we're all out there giving our best, we'll be totally fine.
So you said earlier, a bit of a down week, kind of, again, preparing for the championship. What does that entail? Do you guys get to do any kind of fun runs, or maybe does it just lower your mileage? Just kind of discuss with us what you will be doing this week as far as training and next week as well.
Well, I mean, every day is fun when you're on the St. Francis cross country team, so they're all fun. But I guess what it entails is a little bit lower intensity, lower mileage, especially after last weekend's race. It was pretty rough on our legs, so it's a good week to just regroup and get ready for next weekend.
Now, you are a senior. This will be your last championship. I know you did miss a season due to an injury. Just kind of talk to us about what it's meant. I mean, clearly you have really good. You've had a great time on this team. If it's always a fun run, just what's it mean to be a part of this team?
It means so much. I love all the guys on this team and really care about where we're headed. So the last 4 years have been incredible here. Everyone's been really supportive, coaches, family, teammates, everyone. So it's been really the greatest 4 years of my life. So I can't wait for one more conference race with everyone.
Kind of describe to me what the atmosphere is like at the championships. What do you guys bring to the table? What is the feel for the fans at the meet?
It's high intensity. There's just something in the air at championship races. It's everyone knows there's more on the line than there usually is. So just very high intensity.
Kind of talk to me a little bit about those teams to watch. We've seen Central Connecticut has had a lot of dominance over the past few seasons. They were predicted to be at the top again this year in the preseason poll. But I feel like there's been a lot of underdogs, individual runners and as a team. Who can we expect to see big things from next weekend?
I'm expecting to see a lot out of us next weekend. We have such a young team, and so I think we're definitely under the radar a bit there because we have such a young team, but we have a very experienced team at the same time with some good upperclassmen leadership. So we do have quite a few freshmen and sophomores in our top 5, top 7, top 10, but they're very mature about the way they race and the way they go about things. So it's really more experience than it looks like on paper.
So what next Friday? We'll have our tournament banquet, and everybody will be coming together, and hopefully we'll be doing some Twitter things again. But what do you guys do as a team, and specifically you as a team leader? What are you guys doing to prepare? Like, do you have a special meal that you always eat? Is there an activity that you guys always have to do before big races? Just give us an idea of what you guys will be doing next Friday.
Next Friday, we'll be treating it as close to just a normal race weekend as possible. We try to have a good routine. We do the same thing, same pre-meet at the course the day before. Same thing for dinner. Well, I guess it'll be the NEC banquet, but just the same routine the night before. Just treat it as normal as possible because it's just another race, really.
So as a senior, what has your most memorable moment been in your 4 years at St. Francis U?
Most memorable thing about running here, I would say, is really every day. Just a normal training run with our guys is just fantastic. There's nothing better than just going out with your friends every day and running. So really every day is just a new experience, and someone always has a good story to tell or something to talk about. So really just everyday training runs are really my favorite thing here.
So let's transition a little bit into your academic life. You are an education major and you're preparing to be a student teacher, but you've already had some teaching experience. Can you kind of talk to us a little bit about where you're hoping to take your education and become a teacher?
Yeah, so my major is middle level social studies, and which qualifies me to teach 4th through 8th grade, and then also special education K through 8. So it gives me a lot of options. I can either teach upper elementary school or I can teach middle school. So I can really figure out where I fit best as a teacher and what I like to do, and I'm not really pigeonholed anywhere. So it's nice.
Do you know where you'll be doing your student teaching at?
Yeah, it's Central Cambria, or Cambria Heights Middle School. I'm not sure exactly what teacher I'll have yet, but it'll be split up between special ed and history. So.
Nice. Do you have any coaching, hoping to be a high school coach at some point?
Definitely. Hopefully middle school or high school coach for cross country and track. I would love to do that. Yeah. But the teaching job comes first. So.
All right, so just to kind of wrap up, I've been asking everybody this question, and if you had one word to describe St. Francis U men's cross country in only one word, what would it be? Kylie Jackson, on the women's side, described to you guys as eccentric. Now, what word would you use to describe St. Francis U men's cross country?
I think that's an accurate description for the women's team. I'd say for us, I would say the best word to describe us right now is prepared. We're prepared for the championship phase of the season. We have 3 big races coming up, so we're ready to go. I think we're prepared. That's the best I can describe us right now.
All right. Well, hopefully next weekend we will see how prepared you are, and hopefully it means good things for St. Francis U men's cross country. So, Ryan, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today and give us a little bit of preview of what we're going to see next weekend.
Yep. Thanks, Erin.
All right, this has been another weekly spotlight presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Be sure to tune in next week onto NEC Front Row for highlights from our championships. You can also follow all the action. We will be live tweeting at username is NECXC, or also follow the hashtag NECXC. We'll be keeping you guys up to date, and good luck this weekend to all of our runners. And Ryan, we'll look forward to seeing you next weekend.
Thank you.